afternoon, everybody. It is really my great privilege to speak on this occasion of eBihar. In fact, I am thankful to the organizers. Last time also I have visited this eBihar meet. Although today I have a fever, but I thought I should not miss this opportunity and interact with different stakeholders. And definitely IIT in Bihar, it was established in 2008, and being from this place and working in other IIT, I thought why not to come to our home state and be a part of this historical move, historical development of IIT Patna. As far as this talk is concerned regarding the role of academia and growth of ICT ecosystem, in fact, any ecosystem, academia is an integral part, because academia is the genesis of any system. And that too, when we talk about this ICT, which is relatively a new paradigm, I can say that last 20 years there is exponential growth in ICT, particularly in our country. I still remember using a very long mobile handset by Motorola in 1998, and now we can have a very small mobile handset with all the features what a desktop can offer you. So this revolution in ICT is affecting everybody, and I'm really happy to see that even it is affordable to most of the people. I cannot say that it is for poorest of the poor, but it has, this mobile penetration has gone a long way in our country, and this will definitely foster, this will definitely accelerate the growth of ICT in our country. I have just prepared a few slides to make this talk more informative. I am being a part of an IIT, what we use that, we as engineer we use science to benefit society. In fact, for any academician like me, whether he is from engineering background or science or anything else, the main aim is that we should benefit the society. And the important point what I would like to mention here is that in current global economy, India is currently hub for IT sector. We all know that due to IT, we are respected, we are recognized worldwide. But our country is going to be the premier hub in ICT and ESDM in much broader way than its IT sector. Because what IT sector has offered us in terms of job, in terms of revenues, ICT and ESDM I mean that electronic system design and manufacturing, which go side by side with ICT, it can offer much more revenue, much manifold employment opportunity in our country compared to IT sector. Now, talking about this ICT ecosystem, when you talk about this ecosystem, it is an integrated platform where the market, networks, services, applications and content, and determining governance, legal and regulatory frameworks. So it is an integrated platform where all the stakeholders try to make this system a really efficient system, a working system which can benefit poorest of the poor. It is not that academia can only stand vertically, government will act independently, the market or the private players, they are working differently, independently. So there should be a synergy between all these stakeholders so that the effectiveness of this ICT is appreciable, is to the cost, and definitely it can benefit all of us. Now coming to the second point, this enterprise and government can adapt, innovate and compete in our high-speed wireless world, enabling them to build a knowledge-based economy. Being India is basically a knowledge capital. We don't have lots of dollars with us, but what we have is knowledge. And ICT is all about knowledge. So for our country, the relevance of this ICT is more prominent compared to other country, where with minimum investment, we can leverage the inherent talent of the young pool, young talents, and huge manpower. We are really rich in huge skilled manpower, and the role of academia is very important in creating this huge talented manpower pool, which will be part of this ICT ecosystem. The key pillars of the ICT ecosystem is, the most important point is infrastructure investment, because definitely we have to invest a lot in making this broadband or the connectivity to the remotest part of our country, because the benefit of ICT should not be only meant for the privileged one. So definitely it requires a lot of investment. Application and contents. What is happening that we are developing applications in different part, but using these IP-based networks. These networks can be best utilized when the ICT sector consists of localized content and application and has access to global content and applications. So there should be free flow of information, there should be free flow of content development, whatever is being done at different parts, and that can be used with mutual agreement. Definitely markets and competition is very important, because monopoly environments are typically less innovative, because a few companies, free stockholders, if they have the biggest say, that will reduce the efficiency as well as the innovation level. So we have to see that a lot of players should be stakeholders in this ICT initiative. The key pillars of this ICT ecosystem: policy and regulations, government budget, because government has an important role to play, because they have to build this IT infrastructure. Now coming to this skills and education for IT, this best practice countries have a solid base of ICT technical skills and good level of broader science and math education. So here we are a little bit ahead from most of the countries, where we have very solid foundation of science and mathematics, and that is the core in this ICT sector. So ICT, as we know that, we all appreciate that ICT is a high efficient enabler. It can boost eco-sustainability. Education, ICT has enabled tremendous growth in the online education sector. Nowadays, this online education sector has changed the way what we did maybe 10 years ago. Now everything is available online. Only thing is that we need a good broadband connectivity. And we will be able to access thousands of libraries across the globe. E-government, I think we know that if government services are made online for business and citizens, these public agencies become conduits of technology, users of ICT infrastructure, and promoters of ICT services. So e-governance is definitely a very important part of this ICT initiative. Finance, definitely this mobile money, we are using mobile for a lot of financial transactions. Healthcare, I will discuss more in detail about this healthcare. Mobile phones can be used for input of health data that provides real-time information on potential disease outbreaks. So this using simple mobile hand phone, that can be part of this healthcare initiative. So there are three basic channels through which ICT can impact economic growth: through the investment in ICT capital by the business sector, through productive improvements resulting from ICT initiatives in ICT using sectors, and through the contribution of ICT producing sectors, that is equipment and services. So they all will be impacted by this ICT explosive growth. The last point I would like to mention out of these 4 points, that ICT sector has set aside significant amount of private capital to invest in next generation infrastructure and services. So for the growth of this ICT, we have to make our network next generation. We cannot always rely on what is being developed or what is being installed 10 years back, because this network infrastructure in every 5 years or 10 years it is going to be bottleneck. So we need to evolve our network to be next generation. So last point, as an ecosystem, the ICT sector is an ever-evolving constellation of players who interact to ensure balance, collaboration, interdependency and sustainability. So we have already discussed that in ecosystem, all the stakeholders should work in tandem. Now, role of academia, the biggest role in academia in this ICT initiative is that it can create an ecosystem for vibrant innovation and R&D in the ICT sector. Because what we do 5 years or 10 years back, they become obsolete. So we need to have an innovative framework, an innovative environment where we can always evolve on whatever we have achieved maybe 1 year back or 2 years back. And I think academia is the best place where all these innovative ideas and R&D's work can be pursued. To develop, strengthen and promote the ICT industry in the country, here I will like to mention that in US and most of the advanced countries, the government or the private players, they all take academia a very potential part of their initiatives. Unfortunately in India, due to this industry academia interaction is very less. What industry is doing, we don't know. What we are doing, they don't know. So there is no synergy, and that is one of the most important bottleneck if we talk about this ecosystem, right? So if we have to really build this ecosystem or we want to make it very effective, we have to develop very strong academia institute collaboration so that these two parts can foster the growth of ICT. To develop the ICT export services, to become the leader in promoting professionals and quality services in the country, to create partnership with other associations, to promote education and improve high school and university IT curricula. Because IT curriculum or communication curriculum, it needs to be updated every 5 years. Nowadays, earlier we were talking about every 5 years, but now we are talking about every 2 years. But things are changing very fast, and if you want to be very competitive at the global level, our curricula in academia should be upgraded as frequently as possible. I will just give an example because maybe this will emphasize the role of this ecosystem where the collaboration of IT and communication services, that is telemedicine, because nowadays we are talking a lot about this telemedicine. Telemedicine is one of the classic example of ICT. So what we are doing in telemedicine, delivery of healthcare and sharing medical knowledge over distance using ICT. So we all know that in India we have very poor patient to doctor ratio. So how this ICT can help and how this ecosystem will help in bringing this telemedicine a real, in application point of view, how this ICT or telemedicine can be useful. So I have just given a model where this telemedicine, it requires input from biomedical engineering, it requires inputs from communication technology, it requires inputs from medical sciences and information technology. These all parts, it needs an ecosystem where all the role for government, market, academia, industry, everything should come and converge to make this telemedicine and important ICT initiative. We talk about this communication technology. Definitely we need very high data rates for transmission. Information technology, because we need networking of various computers and database management. Medical science, here again this role of academia is important. And biomedical engineering, because we need various medical electronics devices to make this telemedicine a important part. I have just given you a few of the initiatives what Government of India has taken to make this telemedicine a very important ICT initiative, where we are using satellite communication that is being developed by ISRO, where by using satellite communication we are able to transmit the information from a patient, and that may be at a very remote place, maybe in a remote village, and all the informations can be used, can be transmitted using communication and IT hardware at that remote village, whatever is available, and then by using this satellite communication it can be transmitted to a specialist doctor, maybe in a big city or maybe abroad, and all these informations can be used to deliver the best service, telemedicine service to a patient in a remote area. So ISRO has developed two types of model, point-to-point system and multi-point-to-point system. So what I am telling that ISRO is totally a government sector, but it needs a lot of initiatives from industry. It needs a lot of initiatives from academia, because at different fronts it requires their expertise, to leverage their expertise and to make this one of the important ecosystem where all these stakeholders have played an important role, and it is really a big success. Now I'm just giving an idea that how by using this cellular technology we are able to provide this healthcare services. For example, we all know that this WiMAX or Wi-Fi everybody is using. So how by using this and using the ICT technology and inputs from all the stakeholders, we are able to make a very simple telemedicine applications where this X-ray image and ECG signal is transmitted over the wireless channel, that is wireless media, from a remote place, and that is being, you can see that this original image is for X-ray, then this embedded image, second one, it is X-ray as well as ECG. So here the technology comes into picture, and this technology is developed not only by academia. Academia has its own input, it has input from industry also, and this embedded image is transmitted through air, and at a remote place, maybe in Patna or maybe in Delhi, these signals are received using this WiMAX channel, and you can see that this recovered image, what we receive at the doctor's end, it must this image may be transmitted from 1000 kilometers, 500 kilometers, we don't know. But using this strong ICT technology, this embedded image of ECG and X-ray that is available to a doctor at a very remote place. This has made feasible not due to input from medical fraternity, or due to input from academia, or due to input from government. This is made possible because there is a very holistic ecosystem. In the case of telemedicine, in the case of ICT, which is made possible, and telemedicine, I can tell you that right now in India it is not very popular, but nowadays we are talking about, we are trying to make it a very important applications of ICT ecosystem. So in conclusion, this implement numerous projects that have to stimulate the competitiveness and growth of the ICT ecosystem, both domestically and abroad. In IT ecosystem, we should implement programs in collaboration with government as well as private sector, working in the field of software development and service delivery, academic exchange for progress, facilitating academic exchange and capacity building. ICT is a growing need for research and innovation for future public services that will be a catalyst for growth and sustainability. So the role of academia is very critical in this ICT ecosystem. Thank you.